Hi everybody, I'm Jesus Crust, and I had an idea that I thought would be pretty interesting recently, so I decided I would record myself doing it, which is, as you can see, I'm playing Minecraft version 1.0, and I thought it'd be interesting if I made a hardcore survival world in every major release of Minecraft. I thought that'd be a nifty thing to do, and I figured why not also record it for posterity's sake. So we'll just go ahead and call this Hardcore 1.0, very original. Leave the seed blank, just completely random, and create the world. Yeah, I thought this could be an interesting way to experience some of the various old versions of Minecraft. I also thought recording would not be a bad idea, just because in testing this out for the first time, just to see what old hardcore was like, there's not an option to spectate the world, at least for a while. So once you're dead, you're deleting the world, which is a little harsh. So I figured if I record it, then I at least have something left over. And if anybody else wants to watch, they're more than welcome to. Alright, hopefully you can hear me okay over the sound of all these sheep and cows and whatnot. It's a little noisy on my end. I have the game turned down slightly on the recording software here, but hopefully that's alright. And let's just make ourselves a little wooden axe and wooden pick. Another thing of note is that I'm not especially good at this game, so I imagine we might be kind of running through the game versions here, but that's alright. Oh, cow managed to die here. That's interesting. Not sure how that happened. Man, they sure are making some noise. I think I'm probably going to kill them once I get some stone here for a set of stone tools. And a furnace. That should be plenty. Alright. And we can get ourselves a sword, which we are right about to use, and an axe, and a shovel, and a furnace. That's better. And let's get some peace and quiet here. Alright, that should be a fair bit quieter. And just in time for some nice, peaceful music to kick in. Alright. Now, as much as I do like these old school swamps, I think this might not quite be where I want to base up for the playthrough. So let's do some exploring. Alrighty then. So we've got ourselves some more beef and some leather, and now some iron. That's exciting. And I'll be grabbing some of this coal here, and then lighting up this ravine so I can gather resources in peace. You may have noticed this is back in the day when you could just smash the click button. You didn't have to wait for it to fill up before you could hit with any real force back in the old days. It'll be interesting running through some of these worlds and just seeing, oh, you know, this is when this change happens. This thing that I totally forgot was even ever new. Because not to toot my own horn, but I mean, I've played this game since I think just before full release. I remember playing initially back when you didn't actually need to buy the game. It was having the account only meant that you could do things like have a custom skin and play with your friends online. Used to be that you could just play for free, and then once it fully released, you had to buy it. And I got it, I think, within a week of it releasing. I'll also need to remember things needed to be a bit brighter for mobs to spawn until pretty recently, actually. So I want to be thorough when I'm lighting places up. Spooky cave noise, oh boy. I'm also being a little reckless already. In this hardcore world, I'm running around with hungriness and low health. Gonna get myself into trouble. Just hanging out all haphazard near the lava, taking risks. Alright. Let's go ahead and block this off a little bit. Make it a little less dangerous. I do remember the liquid physics being a little wonky sometimes. So that's alright. Just get this a little brighter, a little more lit up. I don't expect I'll be staying down here for the night, but if I end up making this my hidey hole, this certainly would not be a bad place for it. Get some mining done while waiting for the night to pass, although I do have plenty of wool, so if I want to make a bed and just sleep through the night, that is absolutely an option. Alright, I want to figure out what biome I want my home to be in. I typically go for a plains, although I do remember liking swamps quite a bit as a kid. It's, I think, my goal for my steadings in this playthrough is going to be pretty similar to how I remember my very old Minecraft houses looking like when I was a kid, which was always made of brick and covered in paintings. Because in my mind, its houses should be made of bricks, and paintings look nice. So that's how I did things. Alright. Let's go ahead and start smelting up some of this iron. Get myself an iron pickaxe, perhaps even an iron sword. That'll do ya. And looks like it's getting dark out. But like I said, there are definitely worse places to be at night than a well-lit ravine. I think, anyway. Hopefully I don't end up getting ambushed from above. But yeah, after looking just real quick at the wiki, this is right when they added the end and all that, and made strongholds take you there, Ender Dragon, so if I can manage to survive that far, I think either beating the Ender Dragon could be a really nice goal for this world, or dying to the Ender Dragon would be a worthy death. So, either or, whichever ends up happening. Just kind of meander about while waiting for the furnaces to do their thing. Not seeing much more iron about. I'd like to, but I'm not. And just kind of making sure things are very well lit up. I would hate for something to spawn down here when I'm not expecting it. Man, I feel like, do furnaces take this long nowadays? Or am I just impatient? Alright. Let's get a swanky new set. Something's loading. Get out of here. Ooh, the lag. What's going on with my computer right now? Yeesh. What is going on? My goodness. I don't need to adjust the video settings, do I? This is ridiculous. The input lag. The frame rate. What's a boy to do? Oh, that's before you could just double click and gather everything to your cursor. Alright. Well, a lot of coal here. Alright, I think this will be a suitable pit to bury my old unused tools and whatnot. Alright. Set it and forget it. Well, I mean, this is a pretty good first day. Full set of iron tools here. Nice lit up ravine. A little more iron up there if I'm feeling greedy, which I am. It is right above me. Let's just grab ourselves a full stack of torches here. Keep things nice and bright. Aw, that's all. Tragic. That's alright. Okay. Well, I guess I'll just inspect the walls of the ravine for any more iron. Get that smelted up. And then probably call it a night here. Alright, not seeing any more iron. Look a little more over here, and then I think perhaps just craft up a bed. Oh, here we are. Exciting stuff. Very nice. Alright, just a little bit there, but every little bit helps. Get this in that furnace over yonder. Alright. And then I guess there's plenty of coal here. It's alright if I waste a little bit. I tend to try to avoid using a full thing of coal if I'm only going to end up smelting like 1 or 2 items with it, but I think at this stage building materials are going to be a little more annoying to gather given that I'm in a ravine. But after tonight I'll be taking my leave from here and searching for a proper place to be. Yep, that was a bit of a waste of that coal, but that's alright. And then I think I'll go ahead and... For one, I think I will let this be a little wider in case I want to pop back down here, land in the water. And make myself a little hidey hole. It's perhaps a little excessive, but in order to try and keep the challenge of, not just being able to plop down a bed wherever in the world and sleep through the night, I typically like to make a rule for myself where once I place a bed to sleep in for a night, more or less it's got to stay there with some supplies to, like the crafting table furnace combo essentially. Just to keep that more of like a permanent little forward operating base essentially. Just because I feel like the beds can kind of trivialize the survival aspects of the game. Especially after watching a YouTube video that gave me that opinion. But it kind of resonated with me, so that's what I like to do at this point whenever I play Minecraft.